Today marks 1452nd day. Share lessons I learn and continue to learn with you. I hope these insights will inspire you, support your dreams, help achieve your goals, really empower you to become the person that you want to become. Today I speak about seven words that starts with letter K. We already discussed the other alphabet letters, and it was much easier to find seven words. And when I think about those words of letter K, it's very important that I took a while to really find those words that really could be useful to really develop yourself, to improve yourself, to really to become the best version for you. And I think that's I hope you really find some words that really could be valuable. But let's get started and let's find seven words that is very useful and helpful to become the best version of you. Number one is knowledge. Knowledge is the power of awareness. I think that the knowledge is people say that the knowledge is power. And I love saying that knowledge is potential power. That means that a person who has the most knowledge could be the most unsuccessful person. Even though there is a lot of knowledge, if you do not implement that knowledge, you will never succeed. But again, you're not able to succeed without knowledge either. So that means you need to have the success, knowledge. But it means that knowledge alone will not help you to become the best version of you, but without knowledge, you will not become that. So knowing that knowledge is essential tool in your life, and I think that that's again, this is, I think that we need to really treat knowledge as a tool. So that means tool is not a power, but how you use that tool, that's the power. Exactly the same in any kind of tool. Hammer is not a power. Just laying down in the hammer and having more hammers in your tool belt will not help. But if you know which hammer you need right now and how to use it and really nail those nails and really build a house with that hammer, that's where true power lies. So knowledge is very important, but we need to understand what kind of knowledge do we need right now to implement that knowledge, and that's where true power lies. Number two is kindness, and this is the core of connection. I think that there's a lot of connections, but I think that connection is not equal connection. So what do I mean by that? Connection is not equal connection. Is that some connection is surface level, some connections is just average, mediocre, and some connections are deep, nurtured, supportive relationships and connections. And how to develop those deep, nurtured, supported relationships is through kindness, generosity, integrity. And of course, that means that we look into kindness as one of the aspects, essential aspects to really have in that nurture relationship. So when we look into any kind of relationship, you can ask yourself, is this relation include kindness? And if it's not, that means probably just acquaintance or maybe enemy or something else. But it's true not, if we want to develop a relationship, to that nurture relationship, we need to include kindness. And this is something say that intelligence with the heart. Intelligence with the heart. That's where its true thing lies. Number three, and this is beautiful, is keystone. Keystone. And then this is a habit that holds you together. This is a beautiful thing. The habit that holds you together. I've been through a lot of difficult things in a couple seasons, and having that keystone habit is extremely important because what I found that we have a tendency to say that everything goes everything goes bad, but you're not able to say that when you have keystone habit because you're not able to say that because one thing is going tremendously well. You are doing the habit, you perform the habit, you're showing up for the habit, you're doing something that is very important for your future, for your vision. But again, we need to sometimes to create keystone habits that you're able to do no matter what. For example, one of the keystone habits for me was because I have a couple, is one of the keystone habits was running. But there's an issue with that because I injured my leg. I sprained my ankle very bad. I was not able to run for a while. So that means I was externally held back from doing my keystone habit. So that means keystone habits need to be something that we can't do internally. Even YouTube, of course, could be destroyed by maybe I'm not able to speak, maybe I'm not able to really connect to internet or whatever. But what kind of habits could I be able to create in my life? Even prayer, meditation, that you do not need anything, just potentially even sit down And I think that's where the true power lies, when you're able to really do the habit, keystone habit, no matter what's going on in your life, and that keeps you grounded. And when you're grounded, you're able to really persevere and push through anything. Number four is a beautiful word, kickstart. And this is the courage to begin. The courage to begin. And I think when you think about anything in life, I mean, need to do kickstart. And it's a beautiful thing because you just need to kick yourself to the butt and start. That's the only thing that you need to do. Just kickstart. Because I think that this is a beautiful thing that when people say, I need to get ready to start. You don't need to get ready to start. You need to start to get ready. You will get you will be ready. You will make yourself ready when you'll start. And then that's again where we need to really learn how to kick ourselves, how to really start without hesitation. And I think every single hesitation is a waste of time. And because I really love the saying that the longer you wait, the longer you wait. So what it means is that the longer you wait to kickstart, the longer you wait to live a life of the results of that kickstart. And that's the thing that is very, very important. Number five is a keynote. Keystone was really about habit, but keynote is the message you live by. So that means what kind of legacy you want to leave behind, what kind of motto you have for your life, what kind of things you want people to say at your last day on earth during your funeral. What are the keynote of your life? I think this is powerful because when you know that, when you know what is your keynote of your life, it's so much easier to live. Decisions becomes more clear, you are less distracted, you have more peace, more fulfillment. You're able to execute something every single day towards that because you have clarity. There's so many benefits coming out when you have keynote of your life or of your season. There could be season, could be a week. What are my keynote of this week? That could be a great thing as well to consider. Number six is kudos, the practice of celebration. I think that kudos is very beautiful when you think about giving kudos and giving compliments, giving genuine compliments for looking what do people around you doing well. What do they do right? And you need to be very specific. I think kudos needs to be very specific. It's like, oh, you're doing an amazing job. What do you mean amazing job? What does amazing job means? In what way? In what specific way did that person do an amazing job? I think the more specific we are, the better it helps the person to realize, okay, so when it might be to say that you did an amazing job, but when you look into all the tasks that you need to do, maybe 20 tasks that you need to do, maybe 10, maybe 8 of 10 tasks that they did amazing job, maybe only a couple of them they did terrible job, and then because you didn't specify what they did good, they thought maybe did a good job on those bad things. So I think that kudos, of course, is very important to be specific, exactly, celebrate other people's achievements, be grateful, appreciative of their performance. At the same time, I think that we need to give kudos to ourselves, celebrate our achievements, progress, and be very specific about ourselves as well. What do you like about yourself and what you want to improve? Number seven, sorry, last one is karma. And this is the energy of integrity. I think that every single person needs to understand that there is I truly believe in life in balance. Well, what I mean by balance is that at some point everything balances out. It might be it will be not in this season, maybe in a decade, maybe in 20 years, maybe in 30 years, maybe in 50 years. It doesn't matter. At some point, everything balances out. So it means when you do bad things, maybe you will not see anything bad happening to you in a year, 2 years, decade, 20 years. But at some point, something will happen. If you do great deeds, great job, and adding tremendous value to people, it might be that you will not get anything in return for a year, maybe 2 years, maybe 5 years, maybe 10 years. But at some point, I think that when you really do great job, I think that you're able to get tenfold. Because every single time when I saw that, I really allocate my time to give and give and give and give. There's just a season of life when I'm receiving, and sometimes I used to feel that I do not deserve, and I realize that that's it's interesting thing that I felt that I do not deserve, and I think that a lot of people feel this way. And I think that feel that they're taking, but I think that we need to understand that we are giving, we adding value, and if the and we are like lungs, but we breathe in, we breathe out, and if we are not able to receive, we will not be able to give. And that's again partly of karma. Really understanding and aligning your actions, that you understand that there is transcendence beyond this. So when I think about those seven words in essence, so knowledge gives you clarity, kindness gives you connection, keystone gives you structure, kickstart gives you momentum, keynote gives you direction, kudos give you joy, karma gives you alignment. And I think that those seven words is very, very essential to become the best version of you. So, as I said, I hope you reflect as well what kind of K words could be very beneficial for you, and maybe there is something, some other words that you really want to attract into your life. So, I hope you choose to win, and see you tomorrow.